Assalamualaikum everybody, and welcome or welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Sodatu, aka Bint Fatima. If you're new here, hi, hello, thank you for clicking on the video, and if you're returning, thank you for subscribing. Speaking of subscribers, I just wanted to say, I know I mentioned in one of my videos that I was close to 50 subscribers, and alhamdulillah I've reached that, and now we are like a little over 60, and I'm so touched. Like, I can't explain how much it means to me every single time I get a subscriber. It just warms my heart. Thank you so much for subscribing. I greatly appreciate it. Hearts. Ooh, the sky. SubhanAllah. Oh my god. Okay, focus. So today's video I'm gonna be talking about just like, you know, the post-Ramadan blues, because I know it's like the last couple of days of Ramadan and I'm really sad, I'm not gonna lie. But I also know that I have a tendency to lose a lot of what it is that I've gained during Ramadan, post-Ramadan, because I fall into a lot of my old patterns, old routines. But your temper's just as bad as mine is, same as me. Let me stop. The same patterns, same routines and things like that. And it makes it really difficult to keep the progress going when in the first couple of days after Ramadan, I just feel English.
2,000 years later.
English has been activated. Asalamualaikum, you guys. This is editing Sodatu. So I realized that I didn't really touch on what it is that I'm going to talk about in this video. So basically I'm just going to be giving tips and advice on how to keep the momentum going post Ramadan in case you feel down or discouraged or whatever it is. So yeah, just enjoy these clips of me like fixing my hijab and just talking to myself. But yeah, so in the next couple of clips you'll see me give 5 tips and advice for how to keep the momentum going post Ramadan. Thank you for your patience with me. Jazakallah khair. Bye. One of the first advices that I would give is that to just make a list of what good things that you've gained from Ramadan, so that way you have them on paper or on your phone, somewhere where you could see it. So that way, inshallah, after Ramadan, when you look at it, you can remember, okay, I was capable and able to do these things. I'm positive that I will be capable and able to do these things outside of Ramadan. So I haven't done that yet, but that is something that I plan on doing tonight, inshallah, which I have a notebook that I usually journal in. So what I'm going to do is just make a list of habits that I really want to keep. So whether it's making dua or sitting an extra couple minutes after salah instead of just like getting up and going to do something else, whether it's watching a series that has been extremely helpful and maybe rewatching it would be helpful. So any like really good habits, any habits that you feel like would be really useful and helpful to you in the long run, write them down so that way you have it on paper, and inshallah after Ramadan you can kind of keep yourself accountable by having it somewhere where you can see it. And then alongside writing those habits, maybe underneath each habit writing what made having those habits easy. So for example, was waking up for Fajr easier because you were going to bed earlier? Or was waking up for Fajr easier because you had somebody else to help you wake up? Like I know for me, for example, like my dad sometimes comes to check in on me and make sure like, did I eat suhoor? And so if I go to eat suhoor, I end up praying Fajr with the rest of the family. Listing what helped you to maintain those habits, I think will also help you to do so after Ramadan, inshallah. My second tip that I would give is to write a reflection on how you emotionally, spiritually feel. What changes has Ramadan brought about for you, or what changes do you wish that happened during Ramadan, and write them out. Reflect on what you've gained from this month and reflect on what you hope to carry on moving forward, like emotionally, spiritually, and things of that nature. And also try to speak in like a positive voice when you're writing about things. Like, of course, we should acknowledge our sins, our mistakes, and we should ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to forgive us. But the reason why I'm saying this is because I don't know about everybody else, but I know for me personally, post Ramadan, one thing that ends up happening is like I start kind of doubting my ability to do things, or I start kind of doubting my intentions behind doing good things. I start having a more negative inner voice than I did in Ramadan. And so I think it's really important to like speak about yourself in a very positive way, reflect on yourself, your actions in a positive way, and have that in written form, so that way when you do start thinking negatively about yourself, or when you do start thinking, okay, I'm not this enough or I'm not that enough to be doing these religious things or to be trying to maintain these religious habits, you can go back and read your own words and reassure yourself that no, it's okay. Like, It is okay. I've done it before. Inshallah, I can do it again. And even if I fail, I'm going to try again. So my second tip would be that. And I don't know about everybody else, and maybe I'm going to sound a little crazy, but I feel like post-Ramadan is kind of like Shaitan comes back in full force, like ready to fight, like ready to break down everything that you've worked so hard for. And sometimes it comes in the form of negative self-talk. It comes in the form of self-doubt. It comes in the form of going back to that Ramadan video I was talking about, like an imposter voice that exists in you where you're questioning if you're deserving or if you're worthy of doing certain acts of worship, or aspiring or hoping to have a certain closeness to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So I think like writing down why it is that you want those things, and also writing down what it is that you've done in a positive light, will help you post Ramadan when all those negative thoughts come in and when all that self-doubt comes in and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, that would be my second tip. My third tip would be to make dua about what it is that you hope to happen post Ramadan. I know I personally have been so scared of the end of Ramadan coming, because I'm just like, oh my God, I'm going to return to all my bad habits. I'm going to return to not reading Quran as much. I'm going to return to being petty or being upset quickly or letting people's words get to me. I'm going to return back to all the old ways that I had. But I think that it's really important for us to not overcome, but to face our fears. And I think one of the best ways to face our fears is to pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to help us overcome that. So asking Allah to help us overcome the fear of failure post Ramadan, the fear of returning back to your old habits, asking Allah to help you overcome that. Also making dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to ask Him to help you to not return back to your old habits, to help you to not return back to whatever changes you have already made, to just keep moving forward kind of thing. So that would be my tip number 3. So I think that's where I'm gonna stop, inshallah. So those are my 3 points. And this is just like a pep talk to myself, but also to you. Also, don't forget that aside from just like conquering our own demons and fighting our own nafs, there's also this other side of like dealing with other people. So just being mindful of your interactions with people post Ramadan on Eid. I know we're all stuck at home. We're not going to the masajids and all that kind of stuff. So it may be easy to lose patience with your family, to lose patience with whoever it is that you live with. So just like trying to remind yourself that like Eid is a celebratory day, and it is a day that anything that I've done during Ramadan can either be lost or can either continue. So just being mindful of your interaction with your family and friends, and that's advice to myself first. Just like being very mindful and just knowing that like, just the same way I remember reading a post, I was just like, one of the tricks of Shaitan is that before Ramadan he will try to mess up your relationship with people, so you go into Ramadan with all this animosity, all this anger, all this like negative feelings towards somebody else, where you can't focus on your own ibadah. I think the same thing happens post Ramadan, where you're leaving Ramadan and you have this amazing spiritual high, or you have this awakening, or whatever it is positive that you gain from Ramadan. I think Shaitan comes and tries to like, nitpick at small things that make you quickly lose all of that goodness that you've gained in that month. So just being very mindful of your interactions. I guess that could kind of sort of be tip number 4. I know I said I was only going to do 3, or I did 3, but that would be tip number 4 for me. Number 5, and this is something that I actually saw online on somebody's Instagram, and I'll try to make sure I'll pop the post like here so that you guys can read along with me. But she was talking about like making a dua board, the same way as we make vision boards. Make a dua board and cross the duas off as you get them answered. So I think that would be my tip number 5, is just like to have things surrounding you that kind of will cushion whatever blow comes post Ramadan, whatever negative thoughts, whatever negative interactions, negative feelings, emotions, whatever it is. Like I think having somewhat of like a protection plan, if that makes sense. Like, and I feel like a dua board would kind of serve as a protection plan, would be a good idea. So I personally will be working to make a dua board, inshallah, in my next video. So stay tuned. But yeah, just like surrounding yourself with things that you know will cushion the blow of whatever negative or discouraging thoughts or feelings come after Ramadan. So that is all my advice. Okay. But wow, I've probably been recording in low light for so long. I'm so sorry. But I will leave off with that, and I pray that this Ramadan has been healing, has opened so many doors of mercy, forgiveness, acceptance for you. I pray that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accepts all of our acts of ibadah. I pray that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accepts all of our dua, all of our azkar, and that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allows us to carry every and any goodness that we gained this month into the next year. And may we all live to see another Ramadan. Ameen ya Rabbal Alameen. Okay, so till then, stay blessed. Stay shining, stay growing. May the sun be shining warmly wherever you are. And I'll catch you guys in the next one, inshaAllah. Asalamualaikum. Peace and love. Bye bye.